Hello everybody. Hey, Hannah Banana's not with me today because it is her brother's birthday. So they're having birthday cake and whatnot. Probably lots of whatnot. Happy birthday, Sam. He's a sweetie patootie. Okay, so I'll start with DC. Don't forget to pick this up at your local shop. This is DC Nations. This is issue number 1. You should already have gotten issue number 0. Probably your local comic shop made a fancy-dancy version of it with their logo all over it. It was really cool. So this is a really neat book. Basically gives you all kinds of cool information about what is going on in DC comic books. It keeps you informed. And it's really fancy. It has all color articles and oh yeah. It's really, really cool. Don't miss picking that up. And it's got a whole gigantic price point of free. Thank you, DC, for your free. All right. Here we are hurling our way toward the Batman wedding. So this is titled The Best Man. So this is 48. Thank you, Tom King, for this great writing. Also amazing art in this book. What can one say about this but that Joker has found out that Batman is going to get married and doesn't like this, and in his normal, insane way, confronts Batman about it. There's lots and lots of death in that book, not for kids in any way. Alright, and because Hannah was not here to help me review, my 15-year-old son was very sweet and read this book for me, so I'm going to give you the review that he gave me. Whether it makes sense to you after you read the book, I don't know. So there's a girl in the front, and she gets attacked, and there's a cowboy dude, and somebody gets split in half, and there's rainbow stuff that comes out of somebody, and that's what you get when you have a 15-year-old do review. Who knows? It sounded really funny. But I'm sure it's cool. I actually don't know who any of these people are. But it looks awesome. So this is part of the New Age of Heroes line, with somehow there's ties to the Dark Metal line. So sometimes they're very easy to figure out, and sometimes they're going to be kind of, we'll find out later how it really ties. Oh, I forgot to say this next to the Batman wedding one, but there are these great little mini-series, one-shots coming out. So this is Batman Prelude to the Wedding. This is Nightwing versus Hush. So grab that one up this week. Justice League. This is the big book out of DC this week. So this is the Snyder writing. So really, really great. Huge peril for the Earth. Some beam is hurling toward the Earth, and the League has to figure out what to do about that. That's just kind of the general story set up. But the thing I love about it so much is Martian Manhunter is back. So if you were a lover of the Martian Manhunter, he turned into something spectacular in this one, which makes everything good again. The reason why he has not been around for so long is all fine now, because I've got to see him be a giant, and I'm not going to tell you what. It's really cool. Alright, let's knock out the Marvel, because there's some really cool Marvel this week. Make sure I'm not leaving anything out. Alright, so some crazy person let Scotty Young have his own run of Deadpool. How brilliant was that? Because you know he knows what he's doing, because I Hate Fairyland is so amazing, and he writes that stuff. So, basically, you find out that Deadpool has had his mind wiped, but he still knows he's a merc. He's been paired up with, just like in the movies, Teenage Negasonic Warhead. And you get to see him do some merkin. You can see him lose all his clothes, and what he uses to put clothes on. It's ridiculous. It's foul-mouthed. It's all of the things that you love about Deadpool. It's very easy to hear Ryan Reynolds' voice in your head when you're reading his dialogue, because it's perfect for him. I think it's amazing. Thank you for thinking that up. Whoever added Scotty Young to the writing team of Deadpool. Perfect. Alright, speaking of good writing teams, we've got 2 Mark Waid books this week, both number 1s. So Ant-Man the Wasp. So this is Scott Lang, yes, but this is not the Wasp that you're thinking of. This is actually the like stepsister or something, Nadia. So not the one that he has the hots for, but a young girl who is full of sass. So it's a really great adventure. I think that it's not going to be something you want to read if you want to get all primed for the movie, because it doesn't have anything to do with the movie, but it is perfect if you want to get primed for loving some Ant-Man and Wasp. Just in general, read. Doctor Strange. Okay, so if you read Black Panther last week, you'll notice that there's a little kind of moving towards space for some of the characters, and it's same for this one. So in this one, the tale is about Doctor Strange actually losing all of his power. Every bit of it. And his getting together with Tony Stark and trying to figure out what to do about that. And it will involve some space travel. It's actually really, really well written. If you are a lover of dialogue and or narration, you will love this. And it leaves an awesome cliffhanger. Don't miss it. And we're just barreling toward weddings, it looks like, for both Marvel and DC. So this is Till Death Do You Part. So X-Men Gold 29. In this one, you actually see the engagement. So gives you lots of cool back history for Peter and Kitty, and love all of that. Okay, so this is a really trippy book. So this is by Titan, I believe. It's called Brethren Nash. Usually their stuff is based off video games, so if this is based off a video game, I want this video game because it's crazy. So essentially it's a story of a cool semi-truck driver who can also see the spirit realm, or the spirit realm follows them. I'm not really sure. So it's just, he picks up a traveler who is probably from over the wall from Mexico. And they're on travels together, but they just keep on encountering weirder and weirder stuff. You know, like wagon trains, spirit realm, you know, dead cows that talk to them, etc. And it's a huge, thick book. It is so giant. I could not finish it in time to actually read the entire thing and be able to finish reviews, so I'm going to finish that later because it was really good. All right. Something you may have missed, but you should not, because it's hilarious, and if you've ever worked retail, it will make all the sense to you. So this is out of Lion Forge, their imprint called Roar. It is Sellies. So essentially it's a story of employees of a cell phone store on midnight release night. None of them are very smart or have a plan or are good employees, and neither their product is equally as horrible. So the art is really cool in this. Heavy lined, very bright colors. It's really neat. If you wanted to ever try to pick up anything from Lion Forge, I think that anyone would like it. If you've ever worked anything retail at all, you'll totally get it. It'll make all sense to you. All right. Aftershock. We're to Dark Arc number 7. Colin Bunn writing. In this book, you see that the setup, in case you don't know, there are 2 arcs. One is Noah's Ark, and one is the Dark Arc, which has all the weird, crazy creatures in it, like manticores and vampires and harpies, etc. The Dark Ark has actually realized that they should not try to conquer the good Ark for food. That's not good. They realize that that's not what the plan is. But there's a giant creature that lives in the water that's bigger than both arcs put together, that the good arc that Noah has is having to, I don't want to say sacrifice, but having to throw animals overboard to be able to appease this giant creature. So this book sets up what maybe the Dark Arc needs to do about the other creature. It's not from the Dark Arc, but what is it? This has been really fun. So Josh Blaylock pitched this to comic book stores a long time ago, and it is hilarious. So this is Igloo Barbecue. So essentially imagine that you have a penguin version of an actual comic book writer, and all of the beings in this universe are also penguins. So the main character in this book has written a really neat penguin-based comic book of his own, and he's traveling to a convention. It's as if you've just basically turned real life into penguin from penguin points of view. So you kind of see what it's like it's like to live life as an artist or a writer or whatever, traveling to convention and all the problems you might have, and the shenanigans to get into after hours, etc. And there's a cool comic book shop, and there's some little side stories at the end of the book. There's an actual comic book shop that actually gets mentioned in the book, which is kind of cool. I think it's Batcave. I think I'm right about that. So pick that up if you want to have just some fun insight into being an artist in the actual convention circuit. I did not get to read this, but I know it's going to be amazing. So, boom. Garfield. So this is called Homecoming. So if you want to have something cute to pick up, to enjoy with kiddos, it's part of their Kaboom line, so it's going to be kid-friendly. And Walking Dead, we're at number 180, so this is the supposedly the end of the storyline for New World Order. So if you're behind a little bit, there's a place called the Commonwealth, which they have like real uniforms and a real society, and they made contact with Rick Grimes and his group, and are basically saying they're friends. And spoiler alert, if you've not read the issues before, Michonne goes to check out the Commonwealth and finds out her daughter Elodie is alive and living there. And so in this issue, it starts out that she's sent back her sword to show that it's safe, or that she feels like it's safe there. And the leader of the Commonwealth, which is unfortunately named the governor, and it's a woman, comes to visit their group, and I don't think everything is good. Well, how can it be? You can't just be all happy and stuff. And it hasn't been about zombies in a long time. It's been about human drama forever, so I don't think there's a single zombie in that entire issue now that I think about it. Alright, and not to be missed, because it is a really cool storyline that's going on, Boom has got this neat series going on through their Go-Go Power Rangers, which is this number 10 of, and their main Mighty Morphin Power Rangers line of Shattered Grid, in which Lord Dakon is basically trying to wipe out all of the Rangers and take their morphers. And this book usually focuses on the young Power Rangers, ones who are still in school. And so you see that in this book and how they're dealing with it. And it's got cool, they get to make their Dinozord, but the bad guy Zord thing that shows up is epically cool looking. So yeah, it's just like always, Power Rangers can't go bad. Alright everybody, that's all for today. I have an interview at 8:30, 9:30 Eastern Time with Alternate Comics. We're going to talk shop. So if you can find theirs, they'll be live then, and I will see you on that channel. Alright, if you need a local comic shop, if you're traveling or you just don't have one yet, please go to comicshoplocator.com and go visit them, because they have all these cool books that they want to sell you. And you totally want to read them. It's the summer. You need something for beside the pool. Alright, everybody. I'll see you guys later, and I love you. Bye!